What's going on, everybody? We're getting ready to get started in just a few minutes. We're going to get ready to preview this game with the Packers and the Titans tomorrow night, Thursday night football, live from historic Lambeau Field. So we're definitely going to talk about how the Titans can get a victory in Green Bay, a place that's been kind of a house of horrors for them in the past. Also, we're definitely going to talk about some comments where Vrabel defends Todd Downing yet again and wants to basically just shields him, protects him. And I don't know why he continues to do this or how long. We're going to give you an injury update, of course, of who's out for this game tomorrow. And there's a new kicker in town. So we're definitely going to talk about all of that and more. Also, get your nominees in for the Two-Tone Blue Star of the Week of the game and also the Dunce of the Day. So we're going to get ready to get started. Y'all make sure y'all share the show out. Let everybody know to come on in. I'm doing the same thing, and we're going to get started in less than 60 seconds. Hold on. Let's go.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How is everybody?
Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome into TNT tonight. I'm your host, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer, a.k.a. The Truth, and we're going to have a very fun episode for you tonight. Definitely make sure y'all share this show out. As you see on Facebook, you can join the TNT Enforcers page on Twitter at TNT Blue Enforcer, and also on Instagram at Titans_in_truth. Make sure y'all join those pages so that way you know what's going on. If you're on Facebook, Facebook, use that share button, share it out to everybody, let everybody know where they need to be so that they can join in on the fun. And also, if you're on if you're on Instagram, definitely make sure on Instagram that that you like it on Titans_in_truth. Definitely make sure that you like it. And then that way I know that, hey, you're paying attention and you're enjoying the show. And then if you're on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button. I want everybody to smash that like button that comes on in. And if you're new to the channel, also make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so that way you know when some things are going live, and in that way you'll be able to keep up with what's going on. So I appreciate everybody being there with me. I know more of you are going to be coming on in as we get this show going. Also, this will also end up being out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts as well. I'm going to be working out some kinks to where we could go live on those channels as well. So I'm working that out too. But I appreciate everybody tuning into the show. And we're definitely going to get this thing started. And let's talk some Tennessee Titans. So the Titans taking on the Green Bay Packers. This is a big game. And This is a game that, could definitely put us in a good spot. It could put us in a good spot within the AFC. I mean, again, I think the AFC is definitely ours to take, and I think we're going to take it. And then at the same time, we can always do even more because we have a chance to, this AFC is wide open. It is open. We're third in the AFC. We're tied with the Dolphins, and we are just a game behind the Kansas City Chiefs. So, this is going to be, this type of game, even though it is against an NFC opponent, this could do wonders for us if we're able to win this game on the road and get to 7-2. That is going to be very important, and it will also definitely set us up good going down the road. This is one of those games that I thought was going to be a very, very tough game to win. And y'all, excuse me, I'm sharing this show out right now as we speak to friends of mine, hoping that they'll come on in and watch or spread it out to everybody else too. So that's why you see me looking down a little bit, but not for long because I am going to bring to you this show. So also tomorrow night, I will be live. I'm not sure of the location just yet. I could be live at El Toro Loco tomorrow night, or I will be live right here in the Man Cave studio. And so, that's, definitely something that we're definitely going to try to do is we're definitely going to go live and everything. So that's going to happen anyway. Right now, the location is up in the air at the very moment. So, because I do have to work early on Friday morning and, brother got to get his sleep. But I mean, I'm probably going to be up watching the game anyway. Might have a guest on. I'm not sure when it comes to that. We're definitely going to see. So, Titan Fox, I apologize. Yes, we're 6-3, trying to get to 7-3. That's the plan. So, that is definitely what we're trying to do, and that's what we're working on, and that's what we're going to try to do this tomorrow night. So, let's get right into the news. DO9, I see DO9 is in here. Ms. Mims, welcome in. I know you got Bible study tonight. Glad you could join us. Wheezy Bowski, kind of missed you for the last week. The Mad Titan is here. I know Titan Fox and AZ Mick is here. Again, y'all, make sure y'all share the show out. Everybody hit that like button that is at the sound of my voice right now. And we're gonna have some fun. So, after the victory over the Denver Broncos, there were some comments. There was a question asked, I believe, on Monday, in regards to the play calling, and I'm bringing up some information right now, and I kind of want y'all to hear some of this and give your thoughts, because there was, the press conference happened on Monday, and Mike Vrabel, was asked about the play calling. He was asked, was he satisfied with the play calling? Was he satisfied with Todd Downing? And I want you to take a listen. This is what Vrabel had to say in regards to the play calling. This is the whole thing. This is from Paul Kaharski, who no longer is at Outkick 360 now. But this is Paul Kaharski asking Vrabel, is he satisfied with the play calling of Todd Downing? And this is the response he gave.
Again, we've been through that. As far as the play call, Todd talks to the quarterback. So whether he calls every play, I tell him I want a play called. But he talks to the quarterback. You satisfied with the way play calling's gone this year? Yeah,
Okay. Did everybody get that? I will probably play it again because there's probably a little bit where I didn't get it either. And that was Mike Vrabel in the press conference. Again, was asked about the play calling, and basically it was a whole bunch of this, and there was no real answer. Once again, you know what? I'm going to play it one more time, just a little bit. Again, I'm going to ask y'all, did Mike Vrabel say anything in this comment?
As far as the play call, Todd talks to the quarterback. So whether he calls every play, I tell him I want a play called. But he talks to the quarterback. You satisfied with the way play calling's gone this year? Yeah, I think as long as the play calls are given to the signal caller in a timely fashion, and that we have time to get out there, whether it's offensively or defensively, make a call. I think players are more important than plays. I think teammates are more important than players. So hopefully, we're getting these guys the call and they understand the details. But there's no magic call.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Like some of you have already commented, and some of you are feeling it like me. Now, Two-Tone Fett, a.k.a. Juan Delgado, says, typical Vrabel answer, what else is he going to say? Here's my thing. He could have answered the question. And before I forget, Derek Roberts, thank you for the super chat. Definitely appreciate you. I want to make sure I acknowledge that. And I'm going to acknowledge some of the other comments in a minute. D09 is exactly where I'm going with this. And it's typical Vrabel. Vrabel was doing a whole lot of talking, but didn't say anything. There was nothing in that response from Vrabel that answered the question. He basically bullshitted his way around the question. Paul Kaharski asked him, are you satisfied with the play calling? It's basically a yes or no question. He could have easily just lied to us and said, yes, I'm satisfied with the play calling. It wouldn't have been the answer we wanted to hear, but he answered the question. In this situation, he didn't answer the question not one bit. He bullshitted and skirted around the question. He beat around the bush. Instead of answering the question, was he happy with the play caller, he goes all into this gibberish of explaining the process of getting the play in. So basically, Vrabel is saying, well, as long as we get the play in, then the play calling's good. As long as we get the play in. But I'm like, are you not satisfied with the type of call that's in? It's basically saying, well, I'm just happy when we get the play in a timely fashion. Doesn't matter what the play is. It could have been, Derrick Henry dropped back. It could have been a Derrick Henry King Cat. King Cat rolls out to the right, throws a deep corner. He tries to throw a deep corner route to Ryan Tannehill. And he would have said, hey, we got the call in on time. We got the call in a timely fashion. I'm good with that. He did not answer Paul Kaharski's question at all. And it makes me wonder, does it seem to any of you that Mike Vrabel seems to be content with this offense and with Todd Downing being the worst offense in the league? Remember, they are 32nd offensively. 32nd, and there's only 32 teams in the league. 32 teams in the league, and you are dead last. You are dead last. But yet, he seemed like he's fine. He seemed like, hey, when we get the play call in, we're good. Time Fox says he said media answers. He doesn't like to give out too much. Well, Time Fox, I love you, but no duh. We've known that for 5 years now. Vrabel will not give anything, which is ridiculous. It's like, come on, man. Be real with us. Don't treat us like we're stupid. And sometimes I think Vrabel does that. He treats us like we're stupid, like we're not picking up on his crap. And, and he also said the quote of, well, players are more important than plays. Teammates are more important than players. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you saying? Now, there are some out there that would think, okay, you're taking a jab at John Robinson. And, Todd Downing today, mentioned, had a press conference too. And from what I was hearing, and it would seem like he was blaming the players on this too. I'm like, okay, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. Whenever it is one or two players that make mistakes or are not good, it tends to be those players. That particular player, if it's Robert Woods who drops a couple of passes and a big third down, if it's that's on Robert Woods. He needs to get on time and on chemistry with Ryan Tannehill and needs to catch the ball. If it's Jeff Swaim who sucks, needing to catch a pass on 3rd and 3, and it would have been an easy catch and easy first down, that's on Jeff. But we know it's more than that. It's more than Robert Woods who struggles to catch the ball and is sometimes taken out of the game plan. It's more than Jeff Swaim is one of the worst tight ends in football and he don't need to be nowhere near the field. It's more than Dennis Daly, who is the worst offensive tackle in the NFL. And Aaron Brewer is not that much better at guard. So if it's one or two players that are struggling, it tends to be those one or two players. But this is an entire unit that's struggling. Now, Derrick Henry has his issues too. He didn't have a great game, but we know Derrick Henry is really good. This offense wasn't looking great with Tannehill, wasn't looking great with Malik. We had terrible receivers. Nick Westbrook-Akina, okay, he has one nice game. Don't know if he'll follow that up. He will probably have a sucky game tomorrow night. We will see. But if an entire unit is struggling, don't you think you should look at the coach? Who's the leader of the unit? Todd Downing. He is the offensive coordinator. Now, some people may ask, well, isn't that an indictment on Tim Kelly as well? He's the passing game coordinator. And to some parts, that is correct. He is the passing game coordinator. He probably talks to Todd Downing. They work together. And, he might say, hey, we should definitely try this. But at the end of the day, it is Todd Downing's call. And he ain't doing it well. Again, 3rd and 3 on the first drive. Tannehill swings it out to Jeff Swaim. Swaim has open field, easy first down, and he drops it. First of all, why is Jeff Swaim even out there on that particular play? Why isn't Austin Hooper or Chig on that play? I bet one of them would have caught it. So why are they not on the field? Why is Austin Hooper and Chig not on the field on run plays? Then, so that was one mistake. Another mistake was the 3rd and 3 after It was 2nd and 13 after a penalty. Derrick Henry picks up 10. Instead of going back to Henry on 3rd down, you give it to Dontrell Hilliard. Henry's off the field. Now, I would have probably been okay if both of them were on the field together. I think that would have made some sense. But, again, they give it to Hilliard, doesn't get it. Of course, we're part of a punt fest. NFL record, by the way, 17 punts between the two. So, the fact that Vrabel just keeps defending Downing, and of course, the Malik read option fumble in the 4th quarter when Malik should have not been in that position in the first place. If that was earlier in the game, if it was like 2nd and 3 at like the Titan 45 or the Bronco 45 in like the 2nd quarter, okay, maybe that's different. Maybe I might tolerate that. But again, no feel for the game, and Vrabel just seems, yep, we're good. We're the worst offense in the league. We're good. We're not going to change a thing. We're not going to change nothing. We're not going to make no moves or anything like that. And are we surprised? Absolutely not. Not surprised at all. He's going to ride with Todd down until the wheels fall off. Bad way of thinking, but I get it. Brandon comes and said, at this point, his offensive philosophy is blackjack. Let's score 21 and hold. He's Belichick without the rings. As long as we win, he's happy and satisfied. And you know what? That's exactly that. And you know, in thinking of that, Vrabel would make a hell of a politician for Polly D. Probably would. Answers like a politician. Alex just said it. Vrabel isn't going to throw anyone under the bus. Denver has a good defense, and we won the game. Here's the thing. True. Vrabel won't throw his coaches under the bus. But many times he's thrown the players under the bus. Remember in the offseason, everybody was like, are you going to get a new offensive coordinator? Get rid of Todd Downing. Vrabel doubled down and basically said, it's not the coach's fault. It's the players' fault. So he took a shot at the players and John Robinson, saying, hey, I need better players. I need some better players. Of course, this is before John Robinson traded he who shall not be named, A.J. Brown, which was stupid. I'm going to get my A.J. Brown reference in there. So he blamed the players then. He's doubling or tripling down on Todd Downing now. Basically saying, we're the 32nd ranked offense. We're good. We're winning. We're good. It doesn't matter that we don't have a good receiving core. It doesn't matter that our offensive line, especially on the left side, stinks. Long as we're winning, everything is great. Nothing's wrong. There's no problem with our offense. And again, I keep wondering, does Vrabel even know or realize that there is a problem? And Two-Tone Fett says, bring up a good point. Maybe he did that because he's really discontent with the play call. Maybe he is. I don't know. But he seems like, and Mr. Jones said the flea flicker was genius when the run wasn't going well. I mean, the passing game did work. I'll give him that. The flea flicker was a great call. Mainly because it worked. If it didn't work, we would have criticized. NWI is going to eat tomorrow. We'll see. I mean, the Packers have some good corners. One in particular. So he did not say anything, not answering the question. He didn't. And Rocky, as I've said, he is speaking fluent Belichickian. I mean, if Belichickian, How to Speak Fluent Belichickian was a book. Vrabel read that book page by page, chapter by chapter, word by word. He has read that book backwards and forwards. He knows Belichickian like the back of his hand. Dear Rob said, when you're locked up in an extension, of course you're not going to care. I mean, yeah. And he's not going to throw Downing under the bus. Luke Joel said J-Rob needs to go. John Robinson does deserve some blame. Because, I mean, we did get word that Caleb Farley may have a herniated disc in his back. He's going to have season-ending back surgery. So for the second straight year, Caleb Farley's season ends early, which a lot of people are starting to wonder, is he a bust? You drafted Isaiah Wilson. He didn't give a damn about football. Caleb Farley, I agree, he at least tried. He's just had some bad luck. Dion says, we don't have the talent and Downing is bad. Offense is going to look like that. You got to coach better, play better. You know the rest. I like that with Derek. I mean, the thing about that is you can have the greatest talent in the world, but if you have a play caller who sucks, your offense can look bad unless your players, execute. Your players, if you have great talent and a bad play caller, the talent has to execute it to perfection to justify the play call. If you have a great play caller but no talent, you can kind of work your way around that because a good play caller can help bad talent look decent. And a good play caller will hide the deficiencies that the offense has. A good offensive play caller would be like, okay, you know what? Dennis Daly can't hold up a block. Maybe let's work a play where we roll out away from him to where whoever is on that side can't get to Tannehill quick enough. And maybe put a little bit of extra block on the right side to help Nicholas Petit-Frere. Even though Nicholas Petit-Frere, I think, is doing pretty good. Even though against the Broncos, it wasn't a great game for him. Now, again, I know, like Mr. Jones is saying, what about the things we did well? I'm going to get to that. Ty South says, I pray Tim Kelly starts calling plays. Well, according to a lot of media, especially Buck Rising and a few others, no changes are going to be made. They're going to ride this thing out with Todd Downing. And I agree. But it seems like exactly. Jeff Swain needs to give up not playing. He should not be anywhere near the field. Any of the snaps that he's getting should be going to Chig or Austin Hooper. I made this number up in my mind. If the Titans have 65 snaps, Hooper should get about 50 to 55 of them. Chig should get about another 45 snaps. 40 to 45, maybe 50 snaps. Well, no, I'll take it back. 50 to 55 snaps is Austin Hooper out of 60. Chig should get about 40 to 45 snaps. Jeff Swain should get no more than about 10 snaps. Maybe even less than that. Him and Cody Hollister should have less than 15 snaps, should have less than 12 snaps a game. They should really be rarely on the field. Tied up. Now, I will also say there are some things in Mr. Jones' mind we did do well. Brian Dable, hey, the Giants are playing well. The Giants could definitely be, Brian Dable could be up for Coach of the Year. Also, I believe Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota could be up for Coach of the Year as well. Definitely. McDonald in Miami could be up for Coach of the Year. I could definitely see that. What happens if we lose in the playoffs? I mean, we're definitely going to see. Vrabel is in line. And I know a lot of people saying that that's a bust. And so, you know, Jameson says, we need to go to Chiefs philosophy. Keep it simple. I know that's right. If something happens to Vrabel, Danny more than likely takes over. I hope not. God, I hope not. Malik will be just fine. He's good. He throws a good ball. He throws some deep passes that were dropped. I mean, again, I think Malik can get better, but he's not ready just yet. They need to use Chig and Hooper more. I agree. Again, there were a lot of things that we did do well. I think there's a lot of things we did do well. NWI had a nice game. I think he heard what I said and ended up producing because he did not like the fact that I talked major crap about him, which was well deserved. So golf clap for me. Golf clap for me. Hollister is an itch that won't go away. I know that's right. Didn't have many snaps. I believe he only had like 7 snaps in the game. Keep it just like that. Hollister don't need to be on the field no more than about 5 snaps, if any. So, again, that was Vrabel. And I have another comment I'm gonna play toward the end of the show. I got some news on Long as far as the injury report. We're gonna get to that. But everybody, we did get some other news as far as the roster. As y'all know, Larrell Murchison got a multi-year deal. He's on the roster. Joe Schobert, the linebacker, he's on the roster. The Titans signed kicker Josh Lambeau, formerly of the Jacksonville Jaguars, onto their roster. And has officially ruled out Randy Bullock for this game with a calf injury. And to make room for Lambeau, they cut Chris Conley, which most likely they're probably going to add him back to the practice squad. So they're probably going to add him back to the practice squad probably Friday, most likely. I mean, that's what I think will happen, but I don't know. So Lambeau, I think Lambeau did do some good, although he struggled at times a little bit earlier in the year. I think he missed he missed an extra point. And I think he missed a couple of kicks early on. So that's why, of course, he was not on the team. But this could be a one-gamer, and we see how he does. So, and there's definitely some more injury news that we're definitely going to come up with, that we're definitely going to have. So, you know, this team going up to Green Bay, it's going to be an interesting one. So before we do talk about Green Bay, let's get your two-tone blue star of the game nominees. I know the Mad Tide is thinking Lambeau, how kind of appropriate. Lambeau. I thought he was going to say lame-o, but I'm hoping that he's not lame and does well with the kicks. So, Juan says, Wabu Conley down should have been Hollister instead. I agree. I definitely agree. Weezy Bounce said, I'm concerned for Ben Jones. Big spot to cover. Yep. We're going to talk about that. It's going to be next man up with Corey Levin. Man Hour, what's up with you? And shout out to Man Hour, the Man Hour Sports Talk. Y'all definitely make sure y'all check out that channel. I work with him and things like that. Y'all make sure y'all check him out and definitely get some support. Got some good content that they do put out. The Titans are officially in Green Bay right now, so they have arrived and are ready for tomorrow. So, definitely shout out to the Man Hour and what he does and everything. So, he said good stuff as always. Titans have a great chance to win. I mean, I think they do too. I definitely do think they do too. I would rather this game had been at Nissan Stadium than at Lambeau, because it's been kind of a house of horrors. So we're definitely going to find out. So who is your two-tone blue star of the game? Let's see. We got Ms. Mims going with NWI, Jameson going with Stonehouse, AZ Mick NWI. Titan Fox says D-line was amazing. Stonehouse to pick. Wheezy Bowski going with front seven. Two-tone Fett going with Stonehouse. Ooh, I mean, hey, Stonehouse is definitely getting some love. Mr. Jones says entire defense, NWI. Let's see. Trying to catch up with some more. Now I know there are some comments, with down 5 starters, we still sacked Russ 6 times, pressured him over 30, 18 quarterback hits. I think somebody said they think that maybe a strip sack or pick 6 tomorrow. I hope so. Let's see. Rocky, you're like, why do we got to go back to Lambeau again? I don't know. Money Mike says Cole makes a play. And I agree. Dylan Cole has been pretty solid. A solid season. Yet going with Tannehill. Oh, man, why we let Stonehouse kick field goals? He could probably kick an 80-yarder. Punting the football and kicking a field goal, I believe, are 2 different things. So that might be why. Ian going with NWI. Ooh, y'all making it tough for me. The two-tone blue star of the week. I think I'm going to go with NWI. And I'm going to go with NWI for one reason. Me, because I called him out. And he listened and he put it together. So now he can actually say, you know what? I was out there making plays. So once again, I pat myself on the back. Okay, I'm going to stop playing, y'all, because I know y'all going to be like, Chris, what are you doing? So I'll give it to NWI. I think NWI had a heck of a game. I believe he had 8 targets, 5 catches. Had the big touchdown, had the 2 big touchdowns. And let's see if he builds on this. Weezer says honorable mention. The offense coming back to win because we haven't all year. True. Mr. Jones says, what's up with Racing and Math? Still on IR? Doesn't look like he's returning anytime soon. Mr. Jones says, Traylon Burks being back opened up the field for other wide receivers. I mean, I hope Burks can get more targets and can produce. That would be definitely helpful. But wherever there's a star of the week, there has to be a dunce of the day. Now, I know where most of you are probably going to go with this. But I'm starting to have a different perspective of all of that. And I have a little bit of a different perspective of maybe where I go with the dunce of the day. But I want to ask y'all, who is the dunce of the day? Who is the screw up? Who did not look good in this game? Titan Fox says Surtain was on Burks. That opened up NWI. And, I mean, Surtain is good. And we're going to face another good corner in Jair Alexander tomorrow night. So he's very good. Mr. Jones says Malik with the fumble again. And, I mean, yeah, Malik fumbled the football. That is true. That is definitely true. I mean, it's not good. That is definitely not good. Paulie D going with Malik again. He runs this kind of play throughout his entire life. Jameson goes with Todd Downing. Weezy going, I mean, let's see. Jameson going with Downing. Ian going with Downing. Weezy going with Downing. And I kind of figured that's where a lot of people were going to go with this, with that. And I want to see some more. Could y'all might look at maybe Russell Wilson and his struggles? Nathaniel Hackett, which looked like he ain't looking too good in Denver right now. You know, he ain't looking too hot right now in Denver. MHVACR, Downing. Everybody's just dumping on Downing some more. And I mean, I would too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would dump on Downing as well. But I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction. I'm going to go a little different of a direction. And this is why. Let's see, Paulie D. Malik tucks that ball and runs for 25 yards. Downing looks like a genius. And I put a little bit of that play on Malik, a lot of it on Downing, because he shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. But at the same time, Malik has ran that play a lot. You've got to know, you've got to have a better secure of the ball. If you're going to pull it out, you got to pull it out, and you got to have that secure so that when you give it to Henry and you pull it out, you can't pull it out late. You got to pull it out early, because if you pull it out late, Derrick Henry is already trying to grasp the football, and you trying to pull it out from him. That's what a fumble is. If you give it to Henry and it looks like he's about to grab it and then you get it out of there, then fine. Yeah, he has room to run. He has room to run. So I could definitely see that. You know, AZ Big saying drowning. Mr. says scores around the league are down. Titans thrive in the gritty, grinded out games. Downing called a good game considering the Broncos are top 5 defense. Although Crosio going with Downing. Titan Fox is going a whole different direction. I'm taking a stretch here, calling out my favorite player, Henry. Ooh. He said Derrick Henry is a dunce of the day. I believe that is the first time ever since I started doing Star of the Game or Dunce of the Day, that Derrick Henry has been a nominee. Would you trade Simmons to get Jalen Hyatt? Alex Mann. Woo! I'm sorry, Alex. I know you're probably asking me a real question there, and I'm going to answer it very quickly. Hell no. Hell no. There is no way on God's green earth I'm trading Jeffrey Simmons. And I think deep down inside, you're thinking the exact same thing. You're like, you know what? Hey, I'm just going to ask it just to see what you think. So, Moneyback says you're tripping. I know. I know. Now Henry had to go to the bathroom, and I'm sticking with that. That's the story. We're sticking to it. That's the story. We're sticking to it. So I'm not going to go with Todd Downing on this one, although he does deserve much of the blame. I'm going to say the dunce of the day is two people. One is Mike Vrabel. One for the comments of defending Downing in that press conference, and because we have blamed Downing so much, and yet Mike Vrabel doesn't make any changes. At the end of the day, Mike Vrabel could make the change if he wanted to. He could easily fire Todd Downing and promote Tim Kelly to offensive coordinator, and nothing changes. You could easily do that, but he won't. And so that's why I give it to Vrabel. I think Vrabel is the dunce of the day. And I have another dunce of the day, and this is also kind of a early shut your pie hole moment. Blame isn't attached to a win. Give him credit. Yes and no. We won despite Todd Downing. We won despite that. And Steven says, yep, he's staying as long as Mike Vrabel is around. Unfortunately, yeah, because it's just like Mike Mularkey and Terry Robisky. And I will keep saying this again. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And Mike Vrabel obviously has not learned from history. Sometimes you just got to let a guy go. You got to know if this guy is sucking, let him go. He keeps downing around. Vrabel is basically saying, yep, even though we're 32nd in the league offensively, I'm satisfied. We're good. There's no problem. We have no issue. Paulie said, I like that truth. Vrabel is responsible for Downing. That's all I'm saying. When do we start blaming Mike Vrabel? And Mr. Jones, see, you're heading into a direction I'm finna go with. And this is another dunce and a shut your pie hole. And I'm going to tell y'all why in a minute. Take a listen. That fan right there deserves a dunce of the day and a shut your pie hole. And this is why. I get it. We're 6-3. We're winning. We're winning despite having a terrible offensive coordinator. We're winning despite having a not so great offensive line, no wide receivers. We're winning despite the fact that the rest of our division completely sucks. I get it. But that fan is delusional. That fan is speaking from a loser's mentality. He speaks like a loser because, and that was from the Buck Rising show yesterday. He's speaking like a loser. He's a guy that he's not used to winning. He doesn't seem to be used to winning. He's a guy that, it's kind of like, I'm going to use probably a messed up reference. It's kind of like, you're a guy in school. You're a guy in school. You never can seem to get a girl to notice you. All the pretty girls, all the girls just pass you by, don't even give you the time of day. They don't even know you're alive. And then that one girl, maybe she's not the most attractive in the world or anything, but she notices you and she likes you and wants to be your girlfriend. And then you're on each other's arm. You're walking down the hall with her. You all happy like you on top of the world. Like, man, I'm as happy as can be. Can't nobody bring me down. And everybody else is looking at you like, dude, that girl is not that cute. She's ugly, man. Why are you so happy? That girl, why are you so happy? And he's like, why y'all complaining about my girl? Fact is, she makes me happy. And as long as I'm happy, who cares? If she's happy, who cares? He's basically saying the same thing. And I know that's probably not the best reference in the world. I tried. But he's speaking from a loser's mentality. He's saying, yeah, we were at the bottom of the barrel in Wizenhunt and Munchak. We started winning with Malarkey. So when we went from 2 to 8 and 9 wins, yes, that was success. Then we went from 9 to 10 wins. We go and win our first division title. Okay, we're satisfied we won a division title. No matter if we got knocked out early in the playoffs or not, we had success because we won a division title. We went 2 in a row. Okay, we're showing that we're dominating the division, but we got knocked out in the playoffs again when we were the number 1 seed. But this guy is like, we're about to win our 3rd straight division title. We're winning. Why are you complaining? Who cares? My point is, shouldn't you want more? Shouldn't you want better? Your offense is 32nd in the league. Shouldn't you want your offense to be better than what it looks like? Should you just want more than a division title? Shouldn't you want a win in the playoffs? Shouldn't you want a Super Bowl? That's what every team in the beginning of the year is setting out to do. I bet at the beginning of the year, nobody was thinking the Jets or the Giants were even possibly could think of a Super Bowl. And both of those teams in New York are balling. Like they can actually think, you know what, we actually got a shot at this thing. You should want more. A division title, going for a division title, winning is expected. I expect to win. Winning the division title, that's not the high expectation for me anymore. That's the bare minimum. I expect us to win a division title every single year. I want more. I want a Super Bowl. And if you're not thinking big, if you're just like, well, hey, I'm going to be satisfied if we, just win the division and get to the playoffs and, we're winning even though we're beating the crappy teams, but we're not playing so well against the good teams. But, hey, we're winning the division even though we're 32nd in the league and the rest of our division is crappy. We're good with that. You shouldn't be thinking like that. You should think big picture. Division title should be the bare minimum. You should expect to win the division every year. The rest of the division sucks. We should win the next 2 or 3 division titles. Now I'm like, forget just a division title. We kind of have that all pretty much wrapped up. I'm looking at, hey, we can fight for the number 1 seed again or fight for a better position. Because the playoffs started today, guess who's coming? Guess who's coming to Nissan Stadium? The Buffalo Bills, because they're 6th right now. And that would scare me to death. So I'm not going to lower my expectations. I demand more. I expect more. And you should too. All of you should expect more. If we beat the Chiefs, we're 7-2. We are a missed field goal away from being 7-2 or 8-1 right now with this team. The defense is legit. Offense, albeit played better yesterday, played better the other day, still has some work to do. Yes, I want to win, but I want to win big. I'm not thinking small. So, am I wrong to think like that? Am I wrong to disagree with that gentleman's comment? Let me know what y'all think. And I do see we have some of them bad sites in there. Bruce James, I appreciate the super chat. Said, can you smell what the Titan defense is cooking? I can't do the people's eyebrow that good. So I can't do the eyebrow that good. I am going to try, though. But, again, am I wrong to think like that? I must be doing something right when we have these bot sites coming in. I must be doing something right. So I'm going to go back and read some of y'all comments. But am I wrong to think like that? Just because a win isn't sexy doesn't make it count for less. And again, that's true. Jameson said that was a horrible take, to be honest. Now, James, are you talking about by me or by that caller from the Buck Rising show? Let me know what you think. This is what I'll be talking about, true. We need a Super Bowl. Agree. And I think Steven says exactly. Yeah, who cares about a good record? Yeah, you could be great in the regular season, but get knocked down the playoffs. Worst offense in the NFL is unacceptable if nothing changes. Even Rich Eisen was calling out the play calling. Now, defense does win championships. I definitely agree. So, like, can't live in the past. We're working to get a championship. But I'm just saying, you got to want that. James says, yeah, we are complaining because we have higher expectations of the team. Absolutely. And we do have a Super Bowl caliber defense. Offense may cost us the goal. May cost us the main goal. Mike Vrabel and John Robinson are thinking cheap. And I don't like their way of thinking right now. It's like they seem like they're just satisfied with winning the division despite having a 32nd ranked offense. And it seems like they're happy with that. And they don't want more. As a diehard Titan fan, we should always want our team to be the best. I agree. Absolutely. Is thinking cheap. I want to win the Super Bowl. I want to win. You know, he said, Alex said, I agree. I'm really tired of hearing we used to only win 2 games. That was a long time ago. It's time for a ring. Mick says Super Bowl. Yep. And, you know, you can't waste this defense. You cannot waste this defense. Again, Bruce James, thank you so much for the super chat. I agree. I think we should definitely draft offense. I think we're definitely going to be looking at a left tackle and probably a wide receiver very early. So just trying to read some of your comments. I ain't going to get to everybody, but yeah. Texas bringing in Amari Rodgers, even though he fumbled on punts, and Benjamin at running back. So, yeah. I mean, it does seem like the Titans are acting like they don't want to win because you would have made a trade if you want to win. No, I have a higher expectation for the team, for the whole team, not just the offense. I have higher expectation of the team. And James said it was the call I was talking about. I figured that, but hey, we made sure we clarified. Alex says, I think the defense wins championship thing is over. I think it's all about the offense now. You're probably right, but if you go back to a Super Bowl, you go back to this past Super Bowl, Rams and Bengals, who wrecked the game? Aaron Donald. He wrecked shop on Joe Burrow. Chiefs in Tampa Bay. Defense wrecked Patrick Mahomes. He was running for his life. He was running for his life. And so that's why defense still does win championships at the end of the day. So I appreciate everybody, with the comments and everything. But let's get into this game with the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, get your questions in for Pick My Brain as well as we talk. So Titans Rossi is in the building. What's up, man? He hit that like button. I definitely appreciate that. And definitely make sure y'all do. Smash that like button. And definitely, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell, and hit all, so that way you get all the notifications when the show goes live. And so let's go ahead and get into this Green Bay game. Green Bay, they're coming in. Green Bay is coming in, not in the greatest position. I believe they are 3-6 right now. And just they're not looking. 4-6. They're 4-6 right now because they did just beat the Dallas Cowboys. So we're finna get into this game, and defense stops offense in the cold. And it's going to be cold. It is definitely going to be cold. So, let's start with the injury report. And this is taking a look at who's out for the Tennessee Titans going into this game. Out, Randy Bullock. Out, Bud Dupree. Out, Lonnie Johnson, defensive back. Ben Jones is out due to concussion. I think he'll be back after the bye. He'll be ready to go. Amani Hooker, even though he fully participated and then was limited, he's out. So I guess they're not ready to bring him back just yet. And plus you got Kalu and Andrew Adams. So I think we're okay. Now, questionable is Elijah Molden and Big Jeff. And Big Jeff has been talking to the media, and the way he sounds like he plans on playing tomorrow night, and so does Elijah Molden. I think Elijah Molden with the groin, he said it was more of a scare. Thought it might have been something bad, but it looks like he's going to be okay. And I think Big Jeff is going to play too. Now, Randy Bullock is out, and like I mentioned earlier, Josh Lambeau, who is about an 87% kicker, is still pretty good. I'm trying to bring up his stats now. Let's see. All right, here we go. Josh Lambeau. Let's see. Josh Lambeau for his career is, let's see. Okay. For his career, he is an 87%. He is an 87% kicker. 87%. He's 87% on his kicks. He is 128 for 147. He's made 128 kicks out of 147 attempts. His longest is 59. He is 16 for 23 from beyond 50. He is 29 of 29. He is 29 of 29 from inside of 30. He's hit 50 of 51 from 30 to 39, 33 of 44 from 40 to 49. He's also 16 of 23 from beyond 50. Now he's 89% on extra points, so that could be an issue. But he's an 87% career kicker. And so I think he's more good than bad. So I think we'll be okay with Josh Lambeau. Now, I am a little bit concerned with Ben Jones. Now, Ben Jones being out could be a problem. But Corey Levin is going to be probably ended up starting for him. And I think Corey Levin could do okay. Because I think Corey Levin has stepped up in spots and has done okay, but we're definitely going to see because he's probably going to end up being the likely starter in place of Ben Jones. So, Levin does have some experience at center, so I think this is his chance. And I mean, we're trying to look and see, is it possible that Corey Levin could be the starting center for the future? So that's something we're definitely going to find out. Now, they're going to be going up against a pretty good defensive line. Fulton being back, glad he's back. Yeah, Fulton looks like he's going to go. He was not designated, so it looks like Fulton's going to go. It looks like Roger McCreary's going to go. It does look like we're about to have our almost full complement of corners. So that's just something that we have to do. So how do we beat the Green Bay Packers? Packers coming in 4-6. They beat the Dallas Cowboys, come back from 14 down to win in a thrilling game. How do we beat them? David Long Jr. Looks like he's going to go as well. Like David Long Jr. Was on the list. He was limited, and he was limited on Monday, but then practiced on Tuesday and Wednesday. So he doesn't have a designation, so he's good to go. David Long is good to go. So how do we beat the Green Bay Packers? And we start with the Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory. Point number one, you're going to have to wrap up Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Both of these backs are pretty good, and they're tough. And Aaron Jones can catch a little out of the backfield, too. You got to be disciplined and wrap up. And the Tennessee Titans have done very well against the run. They're number 2 in the league. So against their run game, I'm not that worried. Against their run game, I think we are going to do just fine against their run defense. Against their run game. And not to mention, their starting tackles for Green Bay are questionable. David Bakhtiari and Elgin James are both questionable for this game as well. So if neither one of those guys can go, Aaron Rodgers could be in a lot of trouble. And he can even be in trouble if they're in the game. Which leads me to point number 2. You got to get to Aaron Rodgers. You got to sack him. The Tennessee Titans are 4th in the league in sacks at 29. 4th in the league in sacks. That number has to continue to grow. You know, we're in the middle of the road is yards for defense in yards. Against the run, we are still number 2. We're just a little under 3 yards behind San Francisco for number 1. Now, we're still 31st against the pass, but obviously I think there's some improvements there. But we got to get to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers does not like to get hit. You got to put him on his tail. Now, he's going to try to get the ball out quickly. And also, Aaron Rodgers is going to try to make some guys jump off sides. He is very good at making defensive players jump off sides and get that free play. So we definitely got to watch out for that. And I know they were working on that drill, concentration drill, like watching the football, because Aaron Rodgers likes to do that. He likes to try to make guys jump off sides and then get that free play. So we got to be careful of that. Also, you know, Christian Watson kind of showed up, had 3 touchdown catches in the game against the Cowboys. So we got to watch out for him, Sammy Watkins, and Alan Lazard. We got to watch out for those guys. Mainly Christian Watson, because I actually like Christian Watson, and I think he's starting to build a rapport with Aaron Rodgers. So we definitely got to stop the run. And we got to get to Aaron Rodgers. Put pressure on him. That's definitely going to help. Aaron Rodgers is not easy to get to. Now, I went back and I watched the Cowboys game, but another game I really went back to look at because I was very impressed with this was the Jets game. When the Jets went to Lambeau and beat him. The Jets got after him, hit him many times. Matter of fact, I'm going to see, let me see, I'm going to get the box score from that game because I went back and watched that game in particular because I was very impressed with what happened. They sacked Aaron Rodgers 4 times in that game. They sacked him 4 times. They held the Packers to just 60 yards rushing. I think our defense is better than the Jets. Number 3, and this is on both sides of the ball, which is something I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to the matchup of our defensive line against their offensive line and our offensive line against their defensive line because both sides have pass rushers. With us, you got Big Jeff, you got Autry, you got Weaver, you got Walker, all getting back there. You got Mario Edwards getting back there. Green Bay, you got Preston Smith, you got Rashawn Gary. Kenny Clark is a big defensive tackle that could be a problem. Very, very good. Winning at the line of scrimmage, winning in the trenches is going to be extremely important. If you win the line of scrimmage, you can win this game. And then last but not least, change the narrative about Lambeau and cold weather. And this is mainly for Ryan Tannehill. Because Jared, on Stillman and Company today, mentioned he was concerned about Ryan Tannehill in cold weather games. Now, in Green Bay, I believe the temperature is expected to be in the 20s by tomorrow night. And so right now it is slated to be 23 degrees and overcast tomorrow. So it should be clear. It's just going to be cold. And that's something that they're going to have to do. And the Packers are suspect in the run game. And Ms. Jones says, feels like a Derrick Henry game. Feels like a Derrick Henry game. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to. Oh. Wow. Okay. That is I did not know that. But I'm starting to find this out. Rashawn Gary looks like Rashawn Gary torn ACL. Ooh. I did not know that. I thought he played against Dallas. Honestly. I thought he played against Dallas. I mean, I did not know he was out. Oh, shit. So that's good news for us. Ms. Jones, win the battle in the trenches. Take advantage of the Packers' mistakes when they make them. I agree. Stop the run. Protect the ball. We can win. Folding on Watson should help us. Get turnovers. Feed the king. Got to pressure Rodgers without blitzing. So I definitely agree with all of that. And that's how we're going to win the game. Because Tannehill has tended to struggle in cold weather games. Whether it was against Buffalo, whether it's in New England, he tends to struggle. But I definitely like the fact this could be a Derrick Henry type game. The refs could be an issue, especially if we blow on Aaron Rodgers, they might call something. So hopefully that's not the case, but we're just gonna have to man up, grit our teeth, and play some ball, and just let the chips fall where they may. And Green Bay is in the bottom third against the run. They give up about 140 yards a game. They're 26th against the run. So this could be a good Derrick Henry game. Now, they are third against the pass. They do have some good corners, Amos and Ford at safety, and then Jair Alexander is an excellent corner. Say, Aaron Brewer got to stop jumping outside. You mean false start. Yep, be the bullies. Be more physical. Titans football. And I agree. For this game, we can get revenge. And for this game, just like Kansas City, it needs to be ugly. It needs to be an ugly football game. It needs to be ugly, just like what they say Thursday night games are. It needs to be ugly. It needs to be boring. That fits right in the Titans' wheelhouse. So that's what we're going to have to do. Again, 4 points to victory. 1, stop the run. Wrap up Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Be disciplined. 2, get to Aaron Rodgers, and you can't do a lot of blitzing. Cowboys try to do some blitzing, and that's how they got burned a little. You got to get to him with 4. Both sides of the ball got to win at the line of scrimmage. And then last thing, make it nasty, make it ugly, change the narrative. We got to be just as nasty as the weather. And I think we have the defense to get it done. So, moment of truth. Who wins? And I've been going back and forth in my mind about this game. And I do think this is a game. I think it's going to be, with it being Thursday night, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be boring. And I think that fits exactly where the Tennessee Titans want to be. And I think the Tennessee Titans, even though I was a little concerned, I'm a little concerned about Aaron Rodgers because I know Aaron Rodgers is good. I'm going Titans win, 24-20. And I was struggling with this. I was nervous about it. But I think Derrick Henry goes off. I think Derrick Henry has a big game. And I think Chig or Austin Hooper could have a nice game because I think they're going to sell out to stop the run, and that can open up some things. Also, one of their best players, linebacker Devondre Campbell, is also out for this game. So they're already without one of their best pass rushers for the year, and they're without their best linebacker. So if you can get some passes over the middle with Chig and with Hooper, you might could do some damage. Let's see, X going cold weather will be a factor, 23-20. Jack says, I think the Titans win. We forced the Packers to play our style of game, and I think this sets up perfectly for it. And I think, Titans win and make a statement. I mean, if they win this game at Lambeau, they will be making a statement to the rest of the league. Titan Fox, I definitely appreciate that. So I think the Titans are going to win as well. So I think the Titans take care of business. They get the job done, and they will win 24-20, and will improve to 7-3 on the year. Once again, y'all, I kind of had my shut your pie hole moment already. And I think that's the thing. The Packers don't like to get physical. And I think in a game like a Thursday night game where usually it is not good football, physicality can win. Let's see. James says 24-14. Mr. Jones says 28-17. Force Aaron Rodgers out of the pocket. No, it's better to keep him in the pocket. Aaron Rodgers Aaron Rodgers tends to do better when he gets out of the pocket and extend. We got to have outside contain, keep him inside, but don't give him a lane in the middle to get out. That's what we have to do. So I do think the Tennessee Titans do win this game. So, everybody, I'm probably going to get ready to get up out of here. First of all, I want to give a shout out. I definitely want to give a shout out to Mr. Titan and also to Haley and to Haley Thornhill for what they did for our guy Bryce Pratt. He got to see his first Titans game ever at Nissan Stadium. They were able to get it to where he could get on the field. Guy like Tannehill and Derrick Henry came over to him. Mike Vrabel came over to him. I thought that was really cool what they did for him and everything. So I would like to give a shout out to both of them. I definitely think that was really cool what they did for one of our fellow fans. In my mind, I'm like, man, I wish they did that for me. Let me get on the sideline. I'm like, I can tell them, hey, listen to the show. You know what I mean? So we got to be bullies. If we're bullies, we win this game. But we got to play discipline. So everybody, I'm going to get ready to call it a day. I'm going to go get me something to eat. I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning into the show. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will see y'all tomorrow night for the live game, for the live show. I'm not sure if I'm going to be at El Toro Loco or not. I know there's going to be the Packers fan club is going to be there. And our Titans fan club, another Titans fan club, is also going to be in the building. I know there's going to be a lot of music. I'm going to definitely try my best. If all else fails, I'll be right here for the game as well. So either way, I will be live tomorrow night, Titans-Packers. I guarantee it. So everybody, thank y'all for tuning into the show. I appreciate y'all again. Jackie, thank you for the super sticker. I definitely do appreciate that. Of course, super chats and donations are definitely appreciated. Thank you, everybody, so much for everything. Thank you, Cookie. Thank y'all so much. And you know what? Tighten up, because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.